So we were discussing the software architecture. In this, we have seen the various aspect of architecture design, viewpoints, and view models. And today we are going to see more of it. So first, we'll start with the architectural styles. An architectural style is a description of component and character types and pattern of their runtime control and data transfer. So description of component, you know how we represent component like this, and connector types, the connector types between the components, and the pattern of their runtime control and the data transfer. For example, main programs with subroutines, this can be one type of architectural style. Data abstraction can be there, implicit invocation can be there, pipe and filter, repository like Blackboard, and layers of abstraction. We are going to see each of this. Before that, Alexander's pattern is there is abundance in evidence to show that high building makes people crazy. Because high buildings does what? It gives no genuine advantage, except in these speculative gains. Means the area is less, so let us have the high-rise building. So they are not cheaper. They do not help to create open space. They make life difficult for children, and they wreck the open space near them. But quite apart from this, empirical evidence shows that they can actually damage people's mind and feeling. These are the Alexander patterns. So in any urban area, keep the majority of buildings 4 stories high or less. And if you want to increase it, they should not be for habitation. So this thing which we have learned is how we can transfer it to the architectural style. This is the general flavor of a pattern. These uh, in these sentences, you have something inside your angle brackets. So please witness them and observe them very carefully. That if you find yourself in context, for example, examples with problem. So you have to insert these. This is the general flavor of how a pattern can be. Then for some reasons, so there have to be some reason, apply your pattern to construct a solution leading to new context. One context, then you come to the new context. And there are certain other patterns also. So these are the components and characters. Components are connected by, these are components, they are connected by the characters. So they are the building blocks with which an architecture can be described. So this is an emerging science, so no standard notation as of now. So what on which way you can find the components? Computational will be there. It does a computation for some sort. For example, function and filter can be a component. Memory can be a component. So what type of memory can be components? It maintains a collection of persistent data. For example, database, file system, system table. Manager, it can it contains state plus operation. So state is retained between the invocations of operations. Controller, it governs time sequence of events. For example, control modular, scheduler. So the components can be computational, memory based, manager, and controller. What can be the type of characters? It can be RPCs like procedure call. It can be data flow like pipes. It can be implicit invocation, and message passing can be the character. Then we have shared data, for example, Blackboard or shared database. Instantiation can also be type of character, right? So let us take the framework for describing the architectural style. The problem, the context, the solution, okay, and the variance. So the problem is like what type of problem that the style, architectural style address, and the characteristic of the requirement guide the designer in his choice for a particular style. Why he is choosing this style, any style. Context is the characteristics of the environment that constrain the designer. What are the characteristics of the environment and requirement imposed by this style which he has chosen? Solution is in terms of components and character, and the choice are not dependent, and also the control structure, that is the order of execution of the components. Then also the variants. Then certain examples about what is going to be the architecture style. So the first is main program with subroutine style. In this, we'll see about the problem, the what is the subroutine style, what in what context it will be used, a solution. Because I have told you in the earlier slide that you have seen something in the angle bracket. So we have to fill in those problem, context, and the solution. So the main program is subroutine style, hierarchy of functions. It represents a result of function decomposition and single thread of control. And the context is the language with nested procedure. That called they have programs, main program, and the subroutine. And the solution is what it is going to solve. And then you have a system model, and in this system model you can have modules in various hierarchy. This may be weak or strong coupling and cohesion order. Then what about components? Modules with local data as well as the global data. Connectors are using procedure call. And control structure are single thread centralized control. So main program pulls the strings. The variants can be object oriented versus non-object oriented. Then we come to abstract data type style. This is again a architecture style. So to identify and protect related bodies of information, data representation likely to change. This is the problem statement. The context is object-oriented method which guide the design and object-oriented language which provide the class concept. Solution is system model component characters and control structure, because we are saying that our architectural style or the architecture is basically the component and character. The system model will be component has its own local data, and components can be the managers and connectors can be procedure call. In control structure can be single thread, usually control is decentralized. Variance is caused by the language facilities. Then implicit invocation, loosely coupled collection of components, useful for application which must be reconfigurable. An implicit invocation style. The context could be it requires event handler through some OS or language. And the solution is, this is not that solution. These are only those fill in the sentences we used earlier in the architectural style. So independent reactive processes invoke when an event is raised. This is implicit invocation style. And the components processes that signal event or react to event. The connectors can be automatic invocation, and control structure can be decentralized control. Components do not know who is going to react. The variants are tool integration frameworks and the language with the special features. Then pipes and filter style. These are independent sequential transformation on ordered data. Usually incremental and ASCII type pipes are there. The context is series of incremental transformation, and OS functions transfer between these processes, and also error handling is difficult. The solution is continuous data flow, and the components incrementally transform data. And components in this filters for local processing, these filters. And connectors could be data stream, usually ASCII, and control structure could be data flow between components, and component has own flow. The variants are pure from pure filter to kettle internal state to batch processes. These are the repository style. You have shared data, various clients are accessing this shared data. So they manage richly structured information to be manipulated in many different ways. Data is long-lived. Shared data to be acted upon by multiple clients. The context is like this. And the solution here is centralized body of information, independent computation elements. And component is one memory, many computational. And connectors direct access or procedure call. The control structure varies and it may depend on the input or state of computation. The variants could be traditional database systems and compilers and blackboard systems. Then the layered style, layer 1, layer 2, layer n, so distinct hierarchical classes of structure, concentric types circle of functionality. A large system that requires decomposition, for example, virtual machines and OSI models. Solution could be in the system model hierarchy of layers of a limited visibility, and component is the collection of procedures, that is module. The connectors are limited like procedure calls, and control structure are single or multiple threads. Variants are relaxed layering. This is MVC, model view controller style. We have model view and controller. So the separation of user interface from the application desirable due to expected UI adaptations, and interactive applications with flexible user interface. Then user interface, that is view and controller component, they are decoupled from the application, that is the model component. And the collection of procedures, modules, connector could be procedure calls, and the control structure is single thread. The variants are, apart from MVC, you find the document view. So let us come to now architecture assessment. How architecture assessment evaluation will be done. So we need to assess whether architecture meets certain quality goals, such as those with respect to maintainability, modifiability, reliability, and performance. We need to see that the architecture is assessed, while we hope that the result will hold for system yet to be built. This is the software architecture analysis. Your software architecture, the implementation to the system, the quality it is going to have, and the properties of the software architecture. The analysis technique, the one could be questioning techniques. How does the system react to various situations? So we make use of certain scenarios, and the measuring techniques rely on the quantitative measures, architecture metrics, and simulations. The scenarios, the user scenarios in architecture analysis could be different types of scenarios. For example, user cases like they are likely to change, stress situation, risk, and far into the future scenarios. So also which stakeholders to ask for scenarios. This is also a question. And when do you have enough scenarios? Then preconditions for successful assessment. Clear goals and requirements should be there for the architecture. And control scope. The cost effectiveness is also expected and key personnel availability is also required. Then component evaluation team and managed expectation is important. When we come to ATAM, that is architecture trade-off analysis method. Architecture trade-off analysis method. ATAM. So this reveals how well architecture satisfies the quality goals, how well quality attribute interact, and how they trade off. This elicits business goals from the system and its architecture, and it uses those goals and stakeholder participation to focus attention to key portions of the architecture. What are the benefits? Financial gains, force preparation, captured rationale, early detection of problems, and validation of requirements with improved architecture. What are the participants in ATM? Evaluation teams. Okay, it has evaluation team, then decision makers, architecture stakeholders. There are various phases in ATM. So 0, 1, and 2. What are these? Partnership preparation, evaluation with evaluation team, decision maker, and then evaluation team with decision maker and stakeholder. Then the follow-up, that is evaluation team with the client. So steps which are taken in ATM. First is present the method, present business drivers by project manager of a system. Then present the architecture by the lead architect. Then identify architectural approaches and styles, and then generate the quality attribute utility tree, that is priority, how it is difficult, which is difficult, why this has been taken. Analyze the architectural approaches and then brainstorm and prioritize the scenarios. Then analyze the architectural approaches and then present the results. This is the example utility tree. Performance, usability, maintainability. Performance can be transaction response time, can be throughput. Usability can be training, normal operations. Maintainability, that is the data when vendor releases new versions, etc. What are the outputs of ATM? Concise presentation of the articulation of business goals, quality requirements expressed as set of scenarios, and mapping of architectural decisions to quality requirements, and set of sensitivity points and trade-off points. Set of risk, non-risk. So important concepts in ATM is sensitivity point, that is the decision property critical to certain quality attribute. Then also the trade-off point. First is sensitivity, second is trade-off point. Trade-off point is the decision property that affects more than one quality attribute. Risk is the decision property that is having a potential problem. And these concepts are maybe overlapping. Then comes the software architecture analysis method, or SAM. We develop scenarios for kind of activities the system must support and the kind of changes anticipate. And also we describe architectures and classify scenarios. It can be direct or indirect. Direct means you use no change or require changes. Then we evaluate the indirect scenarios, the changes in the cost, and then we reveal the actual scenario interaction. Then we evaluate overall evaluation is done. So what is the scenario interaction in SAM? Two scenario interact, that is indirect, if they require changes to the same component. And scenario interaction is important for two reasons. First, to expose the allocation of functionality to the design, and the architecture might not be right level of detail. Then we come to the final aspect, that is the role of software architect. What is the role of software architect? He is a key technical consultant. He makes decisions. He is a coach of development team, and he coordinates the design. And he also implements key parts. And he advocates the software architecture. So this is a new and immature field, that is architectural style. Proliferation of terms like architecture, design pattern, framework idiom. We saw the architecture styles and design pattern. This describe how are things done, as well as they prescribe how should things be done. Stakeholder communication is important, and early evaluation of a design is important, and transferable abstraction you already see. So these were a few concepts of architecture, and I hope you'll go back to the book and learn more, because this is only an overview. Thank you so much. Take care.